Hello, welcome to Tarot in the Shadows. It's midnight with Tarot in the Shadows, or midnight with Dark Reverend. It's good to see you. Let me just get a mental reading, sense the energies here. How are you feeling? Because it's a beautiful night. You're starting to remember a lot of things about yourself and what you like out of life. You're starting to go outside the war and you're starting to kind of just observe it. You know, you're kind of taking a look of how you were dealing with things, and the only reason you can is because you're already out of that warfare cycle. That means you have a complete mastery of your emotional warfare and psychological warfare within your vicinity. So that means if that is complete and utter victory mentally, that means it's only inevitable for something physically. That's the only divine course of action. That's the only. There's no other solution. It's just the next step. I mean, how are you gonna go forward? You got to step over something, right? You're just walking. That path in front of you, you can't just change the path. It's cemented. It's there. And that's the thing. That is the next step. Is literally something in your path. Literally providing, like, if you haven't had a job in a while, it's coming right now, very soon. I mean, your financial freedom is ready. You are ready. You're ready to conquer the world. So, it's not. There's a lot of freedom energies in the air. A lot of freedom energies. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Seemed a little hesitant coming out. Maybe you're backtracking because you're a little nostalgic. I mean, everyone's nostalgic, right? I mean, you would kind of miss the eases and comforts of the situation, even if it may have been living hell for you months prior. So, yes, there will be nostalgia. That's the thing about. That's one of the rough things about life is that sometimes only after you have passed a big portion of your life can you actually look at it for what it was and really respect it and love it before it's gone. It's like, because when you get so focused inside the emotion, inside the experience, years can go by and it's just routine. That's why I didn't like all these people with the jobs. They traded their mental freedom for this guaranteed reality, and it could be very very sad because I mean it's kind of complicated. It's just a mental prison. I mean, you don't really grow. There's no growth there. It's very complicated. If you don't see it, you don't see it. I gotta pull the cards. By the way, if you love this video and if you're resonating, leave a like, comment down below, tell me what you think, and subscribe for more. Oh, of course. Oh. Well. Seems like the Tower card. So this is basically 444 when I said this. This is a life change. This is a drastic change because this is the only step of action. And it's coming fast. This is air energy. It's coming right now. It's fast. And what is this card? This is balance. So this is going to bring some sort of balance, some sort of order. The Lovers. Where the hell did the other cards go? That was supernatural. The cards completely changed themselves on me. Unbelievable. There we go. Now that's the one I was looking for. The Sun card. So this is... wow. Last reading I was kind of talking more than I was reading, so let me get the last card for you. I think I know what the last card is going to be. Think I know what the card's going to be. Wow. I mean, of course. I saw the Magician card. So, you're definitely magical right now. Of course, there's the Justice card. Dude, that's crazy, bro. Hold up. Wow. They flipped that card on me. Whew. That's the Wheel of Fortune. That's, you know, it's, when you live a life of pain and hardship, sometimes it's weird to get a grip on the feeling of this Wheel of Fortune, this love in your life. You know, when life, like, when love has been nothing more than either a pain or a distraction, it's kind of hard to feel and react and live when this is an influx in your life. Some people would say they would get weaker, but that's not necessarily true. Because even if you do get weaker to an extent, sometimes that's its own forge, you know, of life. You know, sometimes you need to be weaker sometimes in order to actually become stronger, just to get stronger. I mean, you know, that in itself, I mean, you know, sometimes, I mean, I feel like that was just a constant bit of life. Sometimes you always had to go in those dark areas. Because when you go in those light areas, sometimes you really forget that you do have that dark side. Everyone has a dark side. That's the thing I love about, you know, Gothic people and all these other things, is that they embody that dark side. They don't care. They love it. And that's the thing for me. I like that, but there's plenty of times in my life I was really that nice guy, right? That nice guy. You know, so it's like when you really embody that trauma and that strength that you had to get in order to endure the horrible, the worst of life, literally. It's really hard to say, oh, this is how I should feel love and this is how I should express it. We usually just stray away from it. You know, usually you just want to push it aside and just say, I got something better to think about. I got something better to deal with. So you kind of just shut love off so you can live life. That's sad. That's sad, but that's life. I mean, you know, so this is going to be a very, there's definitely going to be an obstacle that you're going to have to kind of walk around, right? But that doesn't mean you can't do it. And that doesn't mean you won't embody your darkness even more because of it. It could be a blessing. You see, that's the thing. I know you're gonna transmute and be strong because it's gonna work out. You see, even if there's an obstacle, by default it's gonna work out because this card's here, 100%. Because obviously there's going to be an obstacle. I'm getting that energy. But if I'm holding the Wheel of Fortune card, that doesn't mean you're going to succumb to this bad crap. All these cards prior were also amazing cards. Obviously some people would say, oh, the Tower is kind of bad. How weak are you The tower is an essential cornerstone of the tarot. You have to have these dramatic changes in order to have any change at all sometimes. So, this is, even if, no matter how painful this is in the moment, it's going to be better. Because you do have the air card, which is basically just a gate. This is basically just a bridge card. This is just showing the energies. And it's air, so it's very fast. And this is literally just balanced. I mean, it's balanced right here. But this is also, I do feel, since we do have the lovers, you may or may not like romance, but there definitely is a romance aspect. I mean, we have the lovers, and then we have the sun card. But look at the sun card. See, because you can't just look at this card and not look at the half of the card. This is half the image of the card. This is supposed to be noticed. So, this is two people living their best life. They're happy and they're looking at each other. But you have that right after something that's very similar happening, which is the lovers. So this is guaranteed. This is leaning more on the romantic aspect. Like, if you're in the relationship, it could get, it just depends on your scenario. Some of you may already be in a relationship and you're thinking I'm boring. Or thinking your relationship is already boring and you want to be with someone else. But I do think there is a relationship either outside or sparking again with inside. So, I know it's complicated, with some people's life. Everyone has their life differently. Yeah, it's easy to push it away, but there's a tower that's happening because of your strength. Like I said, because this is also playing off the energies I was talking about. See, that's why I like to talk about the energies and then play tarot, because the tarot would confirm the energies. So yes, you are experiencing love, and it may be an acquaintance, it may be a friend, it may be work. It doesn't have to be romance, but there is some sort of connection with someone at the very least, right? There's something like a social connection. Some people want to be antisocial. If you're gonna work in the modern world, usually that's impossible. So every antisocial person usually is social with one or two people, and that's just the given fucking truth, whether they have to be or not. People say they're antisocial, but they really pick who they're social with. That's not really antisocial. That's just someone that knows how to govern their energy properly. It really depends. You don't have to hang out with 5 people that you guys just are not alike. Like, that's just boring as fuck. Like, why are you hanging out with those people? Some people just prefer to be alone, and I think that's only because they're not just giving their energies to fucking drains, Because it's really hard to find people that will pour into you, But everyone else is just, a fucking NPC or just on their own journey, and most of the time it doesn't align with our journey. But sometimes it always does to an extent, so it's not necessarily something you should look past. Because whether you have this new friend that is your best friend for a week, that's better than nothing at all. Because sometimes those friends will last for 2 years, 10 years. It really depends. But sometimes it takes years for us to really realize some people just aren't good for us. And, when you get that discernment, it's really easy to find people that are actually better for you. But it's just like, I get a really big romance thing here. I think this can be one of 2 things, or literally 2 things, which is a lover and a friendship. And there's also an ease of life. This looks peaceful because you have the traumatic ending of the house of, this is the house of the devil, but this is literally a tower card because there's a giant tower here. But she looks like she's angry pushing her out, but she's smiling. She's not scared at all. she knows that she's fine. I mean, there could be many representations of this card, but yeah, it's a pretty beautiful card. But then you have the air cards looking beautiful and peaceful, and then it's straight. There's no chaos. It's straight to balance. And then you have the lovers. So this is love, this is peace, this is greatness. And you have the sun, they're just big chilling. And then you got the wheel of fortune, everything's going perfectly. And you know, because you're already chilling in the tower card, this message is literally just letting you know that you have it in the bag. You have it in the bag. I don't know what else to say. You made it, you know, hard work, great job, proud of you. Let's see an overall card, because I don't think you need an overall card. I don't think you need an overall card at all, of course. I love when I say that. You got the world here. So, yeah, the world's opening up to you. Oh, there's something behind this card. Let's see what that is. Oh my god. Maybe I had a friend in the past, Cancer, and maybe he's actually getting his head out of his ass and treating you like you deserve. Maybe this is a part of your world opening up. Maybe or maybe this is the card of your new lover. But this could be an old friend that may come to their senses and finally listen to you as the genius that you are, and actually, you know, do what needs to happen, you know, for a new brotherhood to form. You know, I don't know what to say. That's a bit too personal for me. Got the Pope here, so there's blessings on this. This is divine right here. Divine ordinance. This is an amazing reading. I know the readings are a little loud, but I mean, I don't know about a little loud, but a little long. Tell me what you guys think about how much am I doing the readings, how much time, because I don't really like to go beyond 10 minutes. But I don't know what you guys think. Maybe you guys love it. Just let me know in the comments, okay? Please support me. You know, I'm really trying to get this damn channel up and running, doing some stuff. You know, I really been working hard at it, and I've been loving it. Have a beautiful night. May the shadows guide you.